Today we will be focusing only on the high yielding facts we need to know. So tooth preparation, it's the reduction of the coronal portion of the tooth so that we have a space over which we can place our crown. Plus we have to maintain our morphology and anatomy while preparing the tooth. So I'm not going to talk about how much occlusal reduction or axial reduction we need to do. I'm only focusing on the high yield facts you need to know. But if you need any help regarding that, you can comment in comment section and I will make a video on it for you. So occlusal reduction, it has two planes. This is plane A, this is plane B. Plane B is also known as function cusp bevel. So it is 45 degree. It is given to provide the structure durability to both the crown as well as the tooth structure. All other surfaces other than the occlusal surfaces are known as axial surfaces. Okay. So when we reduce the tooth axially, we are left with the finish line or the margin which I am pointing to. These are the finish lines or the margins. So there are various type of margins or the finish line. But what type of margin or finish line we need is depend on two factors. Number one, what type of crown we are going to give, and number two, what type of burr we are going to use to prepare that tooth for that specific crown. Okay, don't worry. I will explain this with an example. So this is a torpedo burr, and this is a flat end burr. So this torpedo burr has a conical shape at its apex, okay, like this. So when we prepare a tooth with a torpedo burr, half of its length or width, we get a chamfer margin. You can see this, we get a chamfer margin. But when we prepare our tooth with a flat end burr, we get a shoulder margin. So these margins are automatically created depending on what type of burr we are using. I hope this is clear to you guys. There is so many confusion how to prepare chamfer, how to prepare shoulder. So various type of margins or finish line which you need to know, I am explaining that. These are the 5 finish lines we need to know. Out of them 4 are very important. Number 1 is chamfer, this one. Number 2 is shoulder, which I have already explained. Number 3 is knife edge. Number 4 is heavy chamfer. So chamfer finish line provides the best marginal seal, plus it is conservative. Knife edge, it is very conservative and also provide the marginal seal. It has the best marginal seal. Remember this. Okay. And shoulder finish line, it is most aesthetic margin or the finish line. So now we are left with heavy chamfer. Why do we need it? So we need heavy chamfer when we do not want to reduce the tooth structure when we do not want to reduce the tooth structure too much. Okay, so we give a heavy chamfer for that. Okay, this is heavy chamfer. Yes, one more thing. I have heard a lot of people are confused about the fact, why do we use chamfer on the metal and shoulder for porcelain? Okay, I will explain you. Okay, when we prepare a chamfer, okay, this is chamfer, okay, this is chamfer. Okay, so as we go down, you can see the width of the crown which we are going to place is reducing, right? So when we place a metal crown, metal is very hard. Metal is very hard in thin section. Okay, sorry, metal is very hard in thin section, so it can resist the forces, masticative forces. So we can place metal crown on chamfer margin. But if we place the same if we place a porcelain crown on the chamfer margin, what will happen? Porcelain is not as strong as metal, and it tends to break on chamfer margin. So chamfer is given for metal because metal is strong in thin section, and shoulder is given for porcelain because it require bulk for rigidity so that it do not break. Okay, I hope it is clear. Okay, so there are 2 or 3 things left which you need to know now. Remember, the finish line or the margin should always be supragingival when it is possible. Okay, whenever it is possible. Mostly it should be placed supragingivally. But if we have to place it subgingivally, we have to take care of one thing which is called biological width. Because let me tell you what is biological width. So this is biological width. Remove the gingival sulcus. Okay, we are left with epithelial attachment and connective tissue. This is a junction epithelium plus the connective tissue. We must preserve 2 mm of biological width while we are placing our margin. We can place our margin here subgingivally in the gingival sulcus. Okay, but we cannot place it here, because if biological width is less than 2 mm, it will has great impact on our periodontal health. So we have to maintain biological width of minimum 2 mm when we are placing our margin. Remember this is very important. Biological width is 2 mm. Also, when we are preparing the tooth, our axial walls should be converging. So how much they should converge? It is ideally 2 to 3 degree per taper. This is per taper. When we combine both the taper, it is called angle of convergence. Also, many students are confused between these 2 terms, taper and angle of convergence. Taper is for individual wall, which is 2 to 3 mm, and angle of convergence is 5 to 6 degree. Sorry, not mm, is 5 to 6 degree. But this 5 to 6 degree is ideal. It is not clinically possible. So what clinically possible is 10 to 12 degree. So we have to maintain 10 to 12 degree of angle of convergence. Remember this, angle of convergence. Okay, I hope this video has cleared many doubts. So if you like it, please share this video and please subscribe, guys. Thank you so much. If you need any help, comment. I will make a video on it. Okay, subscribe. Bye bye.